Provost Jones. I was on the CUSG call on September 7th, during which you made a kind of a statement about infections across or around the university throughout the term or the semester. And you put that number at about 25%. Is that an accurate representation of the current models Clemson's using?
Not really. It's probably less than that.
Okay.
The models change. And remember, a model is a theoretical projection if a whole pile of assumptions come true. And it's a theoretical construct so that we can then say, well, yeah, it could be 15, it could be 10, it could be 20, it could be 25. But what, given that number, that theoretical construct, which is not reality, now, what if we were to increase social distance to 10 feet? What if we were to have nobody in the dorms? What if we were to bring people in at different levels at the dorms? Does that number go up or down? That's what those models do. They don't really project reality. Bluntly, they kind of get you to, will you have a very little, some, or awful lot kind of in level.
Mm-hmm.
And my point that I was trying to make back then is that, am I coming across okay, or am I shaky?
No, you cut out for a second, but you're fine.
Okay. When we started modeling well before the 19th of August, our models, no matter what if this or what if that were put into it, showed a whole lot of infection, massive infection. We would overwhelm any kind of quarantining space we could put together. So as a blunt tool, that's what I meant to say. Those early models said, we're not going to be able to do this. And that's why we went to all online learning at the beginning. Since then, the infection rates in the area have been declining. There's a small blip a little while ago, but it's declining again. So it's really good news right now. And there's more data out there on testing strategies. And we began implementing different kinds of testing strategies. There's also more availability of testing options and that we could use more. And we saw that models were beginning to show at other places that very frequent and large numbers of tests help you get people who are infected identified quickly. You get them sort of isolated quickly. You can turn all those kind of bleak numbers around, and the projections now look like you can make it work.
Okay.
With reasonably small levels. When I say reasonably, what do I mean by that? Imagine what the infection rates for people who are 18 to 22 are going to be in the United States. Just pull that population out. I'm not an epidemiologist nor an expert, but I would guess that just based on how people socialize at that age, if they stayed at home in town with their previous high school friends, or they were in college with new friends, we may see some, there's going to be infection. That every population age class is being infected in the United States. And in the way that 18 to 22-year-olds socialize, and the fact that so many of them are asymptomatic. I mean, it's not evil or intent on anybody's part, but a large number of young people get sick and they don't even feel it, don't even know it. And so that group is just vulnerable to a little bit higher rate of infection anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for that clarification that it's this, it's a decision-making model, and you guys are, I would assume you guys are taking all the steps to lower that, right?
Absolutely.
Throughout the semester, implementing processes and all of that. Well, thank you for that clarification.